back to my channel. It's your girl Sean. I'm back for another video. In this video today, I'm actually going to be doing another review for HBO show Insecure. If you missed my previous review for the premiere episode, I'll be sure to link it on the screen so you guys can go ahead and check that out if you haven't seen that already. And if you like, TV show reviews, if you like fashion, lifestyle content, dating advice, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You'll definitely enjoy your time here. And if you're already a subscriber, hit that little bell. That way you'll be notified every single time I upload a video, all right? So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the show actually opens with Molly and Andrew. They're actually leaving what looks like it was a nice dinner. They're waiting on the valet. But the funny part is, Andrew was saying, what? The kid's not even his, or the kid might not even be his. And Molly's like, how are you gonna raise a kid that's not yours? Now, y'all know, if you watched last season or even the season before that, Derek talked about how there was a time that he and Tiffany were on the out. I think he even left the home for a couple of months and stayed in a hotel, and he said he had to actually scare one of her co-workers away. I don't know if they're talking about Tiffany or not, but as much as Tiffany likes to act like she has no problems in the world, it would be interesting if that's the case, but they didn't really give us enough. I'm hoping that adds more drama to the season with Tiffany finally giving birth to this baby, because she's been pregnant forever now. But anyway, Andrew gets a call and, he steps away to take it. He looks, he comes back and he looks visibly upset by the call or frustrated by the call. And Molly just asks, what's going on? Would you like to talk about it? And he kind of shuts her out. And of course, y'all know Molly, the serial overthinker. She's already starting to get in her head about why he won't open up. So the next scene is with Issa and Condola, and they're walking through a part of LA. It actually looks really nice, perfect for a block party. And Issa's kind of giving Condola like her thoughts and opinions, like we can have music here, we can have food here. Condola is being supportive. She's being her usual awkward self. And to break the ice, she and Condola actually talk a little bit about Lawrence. She was like, I'm not gonna let a man who puts mayonnaise on his fries keep me from, having a friend and having a business partner. And they laugh about it. And they talk a little bit more. The camera doesn't really show what all they're talking about, but at least it breaks the ice, which is good. I actually really do like the rapport that Condola and Issa have. One of the things that I like most about Condola is how supportive she is to Issa, how genuine she is, how sincere she is, and how she really believes in Issa and her vision. Y'all know, even last season, Molly was always kind of like, you really doing this block party thing? So the next scene is all of the girls at Tiffany's house, and I think Tiffany is, setting up for trick-or-treaters, and she's being her usual Tiffany self. She's putting like, toothbrushes in there and talking about broccoli, putting broccoli things in there and all that, trying to be healthy. And the girls look really nice. I absolutely love all of their costumes. Tiffany was Cleopatra. Molly was Gabrielle Union's character from Bring It On. She had a little Clover's cheerleader outfit on. And my favorite was Kelly's outfit. Kelly's costume was Halle Berry's character from Baps, which was really good. I mean, she went all out. The gold teeth, the hair, the nails, all of it. Like, she nailed it, did a great job. So Tiffany tells Issa that she's able to get her a really great deal on the alcohol that she'll need for the block party, which Issa is really excited about. Again, Molly looks shocked. Molly always seems to look shocked whenever this block party thing is coming together. It's like, she had no faith in her friend. But anyway, so Molly's bringing up Andrew, of course, and she's just basically saying it seems like the relationship is very surface level. We're intimate, but other than that, he doesn't really open up. He doesn't really talk to me. And she's already doing what she always does. I should just call it off. How many times has Molly tried to call it off with this guy? Like, I just don't get it. Molly quits on people so quick. There is no way that Molly could have gotten where she's gotten to in her career if she gave up every time something was hard. But when it comes to her personal relationships, that's exactly what she seems to do. So the next scene is Issa and TSA Bay, and they're being intimate and all of that, and just like they were last week. HBO and these sex scenes, like, oh my goodness, like,
it's upsetting me in my home, girl.
Like, you could have just had them with the blankets in the bed talking afterwards. Like, why we have to see this? Like, it's too much in my opinion. So to put it as cleanly and as PC as I possibly could, there is a possible malfunction with regard to their birth control methods. I'll say it like that. That is the cleanest way that I could say it. And Issa's actually taking a good look at herself, literally. She has a mirror right there, taking a good look at herself, and she's like, what am I doing? Like, what's going on? Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but what am I doing? I know I could do better. And I knew that from last season. I thought Issa was over the whole hoe phase that she talked about and just being with random dudes I feel like Issa is the relationship type, and she sells herself short whenever she tries to settle for just these kinds of hookups. That's not her. So we move on to Molly at her job, looking cute. I always like Molly's workwear, and Molly's fashions are always on point in my opinion. But anyway, she's calling Andrew to kind of make plans for the weekend. And so, you know, he told her that he had tickets to, I think, Summer Walker concert or whatever. And Molly says no, because she really wants a chance to kind of talk to him and to find out a little bit more, really trying to get him to open up. Andrew is teaching Molly things about herself and about men. Now, every relationship that you get into is not designed to be your forever relationship. Every man you date is not the one. So I like that. What you do in these different relationships is learn from them, grow from them, skills that you will need for the one that will ultimately be the one. Molly is realizing that she can't just give up, even when things are tough, and I like that he kind of sticks in there with her. They're working things out. So anyway, they set up a date for them to get together for dinner. So then we move on to Condola and Lawrence, and I must say, I really do think they make a cute couple. Not as cute as Lawrence and Issa, in my opinion, but they do make a cute couple. And, you know, they're just talking, and, you know, Lawrence has his little food, his fries, and he asks the waiter for some mayonnaise, and it makes Condola laugh because she kind of remembers that she and Issa had talked about it. So she mentions it to Lawrence, you know, about how she and Issa had talked about his love for mayonnaise. And he's kind of like, you know, basically like, what else did y'all talk about? And so she said, I didn't know you ran track in high school or ran track in college. And he's like, oh. And you can see he's instantly taken aback by that. And honestly, I agree with Lawrence, because I don't like the idea of somebody learning different things about me until I'm ready for them to learn them. I know why Issa did it. Issa was in an awkward moment, and humor, and that was Issa's way of sort of kind of breaking the ice, you know, kind of making it a little bit less awkward when it comes to Lawrence. So I get it, but I understand where Lawrence is coming from as well. Like, hey, I wanted to tell her this. I wanted to make how do you know that I want her to know that about me? Like, you just never know. So I get where Lawrence is coming from. So Lawrence is actually meeting up with Chad and Derek. Now, a lot of people don't want Lawrence on the show. They're not Lawrence Hive. They can't stand Lawrence, and I get that too. But honestly, one of the only reasons why I want Lawrence to stay on the show is because if we lose Lawrence, we lose Derek and we lose Chad, and they are comedic gold. I love Chad. Chad's really funny, and I love watching the male interactions that they have. You know, we get a lot of the girl stuff with Issa and Molly and Kelly and Tiffany and all that, but I like seeing how the guys interact kind of behind the scenes and what they think and why they think that and all of that. I don't want to lose Derek and Chad, so if that means I got to keep Lawrence to do that, that's the price I'm willing to pay, okay? But anyway, so they're over there, they're talking, and he's just telling them, you know, am I tripping for not feeling comfortable? And, you know, should I say something about it? If I say something about it, then, you know, either one of them can think I'm being too sensitive, and I don't want to offend Issa, but I don't feel comfortable. And Derek always comes through with the best advice. To me, out of the three of these guys, out of Chad, Lawrence, and Derek is the most well-balanced, most grounded guy. And so he always gives them good advice. So he's like, yeah, if you have a problem with it, you should talk to them. Like, that's good advice. But I'm not sure if you guys noticed, Derek also says once he breaks up with somebody, he moves. And he was like, man, I miss Dallas. Who's in Dallas, Derek? So Issa and Condola are meeting up. Again, they're talking about the details for the block party. And of course, Condola's being her usual supportive self. And Issa's really enjoying that. I think Issa likes being able to get that positivity from Condola. Molly's so used to Issa being flaky and not being sure what she wants to do that Molly doesn't realize that Issa has found her groove. She's found something that she's passionate about. She's found her purpose. Whatever this is, she's excited about it. And so Molly's always been reluctant to really like fully embrace it. But Condola doesn't know about Issa's past. So she's just like, girl, we got this. We can do this. She's the supportive friend that Issa needs right now. That's why Issa's gravitating towards Condola. She also sees that Condola is where Issa wants to be. She's found almost like a mentorship, but it's also a mutual respect there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so Molly shows up, and Molly's already looking, giving him the side eye like, who's this? You know what I mean? So she comes over, and Issa's like, yeah, we're just finishing up. And yeah, so she's like, well, I gotta go. I gotta get me a bite to eat. Issa goes ahead and invites her to have lunch with her and Molly, and it's awkward. Molly's looking like, oh my goodness, just giving her the side eye, because Molly was trying to rush her up out of there, giving her her purse and her coat, and it was almost rude. It was rude. Because if I'm saying I'm already getting ready to leave, I grab my own purse. Okay, so Molly was already doing too much. But I also can understand where Molly is coming from. If I made plans with my friend, or we made plans and all of that, and I want to talk to you, I mean, could you at least give me a heads up before you invite somebody else? You know, maybe I wasn't in the mood to socialize. Maybe I wanted to just be free. Maybe I just wanted to hang out with you. And that's kind of how Molly felt. So they both have a point, but I feel like Condola's kind of caught in the middle. Molly is not really into Condola. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if it's just she knows it's about to be messy and she can't understand why her friend is like walking into it with her eyes wide shut. Like, girl, this is about to be a mess. And she just like bracing for it. Like, okay, when this blows up, I guess I'll be the shoulder for you to cry on. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. So then Lawrence actually pulls up to Issa's place and Issa comes out. Issa looking cute, okay? If you're gonna see your ex, even if you don't want him, you always look cute, okay? So I'm glad that Issa looked cute and she didn't look, you know, run over and whatnot. She comes outside, Lawrence is there, and Lawrence is like, yeah, you know, I just wanted to talk to you about this. You know, I would appreciate it if you and Condola wouldn't discuss me when I'm not there. And you know, Issa's like, you know, that's fine. Like, I totally get it. Like, you know, I'm sorry. It was just, you know, I kind of did it because I needed to clear the air. It was really awkward between us. Every time we mentioned your name or anything like that, I just kind of wanted to just make it a bit more chill. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm sorry if you were offended. They both were really grown up and mature about how they handled it. Now, some people I've already seen were getting mad at Lawrence for that. He didn't do anything wrong. This is another reason why, like, you don't give a dude who you're just now dating your Instagram handle. You don't give him your Facebook. You don't give him your Twitter. You don't want anybody to get an unfair advantage, getting to know more about you than you know about them. No. You know, you can let him get to know you. You can be an open book, but let him read one chapter at a time, okay? So I get where Lawrence is coming from. Hey, I want to be able to tell her this. I want to be able to let this come up in conversation. I don't want her to know more about me than I know about her. Like, I get it. So I'm glad they were able to talk about it in a mature way. So then Molly and Andrew are having dinner at Molly's place, and Molly is making gumbo, and I'm like, okay. I don't think we've ever seen Molly cook for anybody. So that's really good. So Molly's in here cooking. The food looked good to me. So they're, you know, they're having a little gumbo. Everything is going well. And, you know, Molly is opening up to him about her family, which is really good. And I know it's a big step for Molly. And she's trying to get him to do the same thing, and he's not willing to do that. She asked about his family, about his sister, and he was like, you know, honestly, I don't even know where my sister is. And Molly's like, what? And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. He tries to change the subject. He's like, you know what? You know, we still have time to make it to the Summer Walker concert if you're still interested. And she was like, well, you can go with that if you still want to go, if that's where you'd rather be. And it's like Molly Molly always acts like she's such a tough guy, but she's so sensitive. So sensitive. So then she tells him, I'm trying to get you to open up to me, but you just have no depth. Wow. Okay, so Molly is out here being bold and blunt with him, and he's taken aback by it like anybody would be when they're being told, I don't know if you have any depth. So he's like, you know what? Let me just go. So he gets his things and he goes, and she looks frustrated like she always does. She hops on the phone and tries to call Issa. Issa is in her car, and Issa's actually talking back and forth to Lawrence, letting him know that should she mention to Condola that they did meet up outside her place, that they have discussed this, and he's like, no, it's best that you don't mention it. So she's like, fine. She goes into this concert listening to music, I'm sure, for her block party, and it's loud in there, and she's having a good time, and the call comes in from Molly. She looks at it. She texts Molly back. It's really loud in here. I'm going to call you once I leave. Molly looks frustrated. And I see this is how the relationship is beginning to deteriorate. Last week when Issa was hosting her mixer and Molly came in and wanted to talk to her about the conversations that she had with Andrew in the car, Issa was busy at the time. She had all these people. She was trying to get sponsors. She couldn't talk right then and there. She couldn't drop what she was doing to help Molly. And then again, she tried to have lunch, ended up inviting Condola to have lunch with them. So she couldn't talk to Issa again. Then she tried to call Issa. And again, Issa's like, I'm out of the concert. I don't have time. Molly is used to Issa dropping everything to help her with her problems because that's how it's always been. And when you're younger and you're in a relationship, sometimes your best friend helps you get through relationships. But sometimes when you get older, it's something that you end up doing by yourself. And Issa is kind of you know, handling her situation by herself, not really consulting Molly about any of her decisions. So the last scene in the show is Issa and Molly, I think they're at like Runyon Canyon or something for their self-care Sunday, so they're hiking. So Issa's excited because she did find a headliner for her block party. Everything is coming together for Issa, and Molly is feeling some kind of way because the last time she talked to Andrew, he walked off and he didn't open up, and that's what she really wanted to hear from him. So Molly's trying to open up to Issa, and Issa says, sometimes I think you just don't want to be happy. It's almost like you like it like this. And Molly's like in shock. So Molly's phone rings and it's Andrew, and he apologizes. He's like, you know what, it takes me a long time. It takes me a lot to be able to open up to people, and I'm sorry. I promise basically I'm gonna do better with kind of letting you in and trying to be a bit more open. And Molly is smiling because that's what she wanted. What I like about Andrew is he matches her energy and he doesn't give up on her, and he's willing, you know, you have to find a really good man. When you know that you have issues and he's willing to help you through those issues, he'll point them out to you, but he'll help you work through them. That's what I like about Andrew. He's like, man, you're a lot, but he thinks she's worth it, so he keeps trying to meet her halfway. And they're both learning a lot about each other and about the relationship, so they're growing, and I like that for Molly. So then, you know, she goes over to Issa, and Issa's like, who's that? And Molly lies to her and says, just some work stuff. So then Issa starts telling Molly about what happened with TSA Bay the other night, about how their contraceptive almost failed them. And, you know, she's like, he already has 2 kids and a baby on the way, and I'm not trying to be number 3 and all that. And so slowly but surely, Issa's voice starts getting drowned out, and Molly starts tuning her out. All throughout this episode, you could see how, when, and why their relationship is starting to deteriorate. They're not listening to each other. They're not communicating. Last week, it was Molly's turn to give Issa a cold, hard truth when she said, sometimes I think you like your life messy. And then Issa last night saying, sometimes I think you don't want to be happy. These are things they should have been said to each other, but they're just now saying it, and it just seems like it's coming out of nowhere. And that, I think that's going to be the deterioration of their relationship. But it was a really good episode, besides all the sex scenes that we don't really need. The show is too short already. We don't need to be wasting 2 or 3 minutes for that. Like, we don't need that, okay? But anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. What do you think is the reason why Issa and Molly's friendship is deteriorating? Is Molly jealous? Is she a bad friend? Some people said that Molly told Issa the truth. I think that Issa told Molly the truth. All right, that is pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to thumbs up if you did. If you missed my last recap, I'll be sure to link it right here. Be sure to subscribe right here. I love you guys. See you all in the next video. Until next time, later divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.